uh, go through very fast over the client-side implementation of JavaScript. So the JavaScript client-side implementation, well, we don't spend too much time because later in the React.js lab we will also do this. Okay, but first of all, let you to look at the hierarchy first. So the hierarchy is look like this. In the browser side, not just browser side. In later on, we will talk about React.js. It's also in same hierarchy that we will start with the window, and then window inside the window we have some other stuff. So let me open a console. This console is just not in a good size. Okay, good. So the window. Okay, so what is the window? The window, you can see this. It is object, then you can print so many things here. And previously I already tell you that Windows is a good place for you to host all kinds of libraries. So let's say the Windows dollar. So you find a dollar sign is actually being embedded as a member of the Windows. So many people consider that the window is a very good external, or I say global variable. Okay, and inside the windows we can do the following for variable I in, remember the bracket because it's JavaScript, not Python. Okay, for the variable I in window. Okay, so actually you can show many things. Console.log I. Hey, what happened to me? Okay, good. So you can see so many things pop up, a very long list. So when we are doing, what happened? What happened today? Hey, come on. Okay. When we are doing this, actually we are trying to assess every element, every properties of that object called window. Okay, it's just not like window. It's you create object, custom object, then it will also behave like this. Now you will see that there are many stuff. Some are methods. So this is the methods. So I can try and to let you have a look. Window.remove event listener. Okay, come on, event listener. Okay, so it's a function or a method. Some of the fields like this are fields. Okay, so this is something constructed for you. You don't have to worry. And others like the documents. Let me use the laser. Sorry about that. Today may not have enough battery. I don't know what happened to my battery. It's just got stuck. Okay, so let's see where I have enough battery. Good, still have battery. So we have the location, the documents, the status. Okay, so how many of you have seen this? I mean, because you are not old enough. Okay, if you're old enough, you will see something like this. Let's see whether I have a screen capture from Google. Okay, is the window doc status not working? Okay, so is there any images showing the old type of browser? No. They don't have any old type of browser. Okay, so let me see whether you can bring back your old memory. Okay, so in the previous versions of the old version of browser, when you have a mouse over of a hyperlink, okay, so you will show something in the status bar, right? Now, I don't know when, maybe 10 years ago, approximately 10 years ago. So when you overlay here, it's not showing a hyperlink. It's showing some text. Have you ever had this experience? Users now? Really? Now you mean? Oh no, not this. This just a hyperlink content. I mean, let's say welcome to my homepage, something like that. Did you ever have this memory? Approximately 10 years ago, it's still all around the world, all around the internet. Okay, so this is what we call a status bar object. Nowadays, it's not useful anymore. Okay, so this is called window.status. So the window.status is very interesting. During our time, that window.status is writable. So what is the problem where it is writable? I can cheat you to click on some link. Okay, so when you overlay the mouse is hover a link, okay? Originally it's going to happy.com like this, okay? Then I change it into chk.edu.hk, okay? And then cheat you guys to click on it, okay? Somebody even have some crazy stuff like a banner. The banner is just like a how can I say in English, what is that? This is a roundabout, something like that. There's showing some slideshows here, some pendant pop up, okay? Yeah, but no longer works, okay, because of security reason. Okay, it's being blocked. Oh no, not this. It's already being blocked, so this is no longer useful. Now the history is having something changed now, update. In the HTML5 standard, there is what we call the HTML5 history API. Okay, so what is a history API? I don't know whether you have this experience or not. Okay, so what I'm showing now is not something public, so I will remove it from the movie. So this is a site that a student helped me to implement. Okay, a student helped me to implement. So let's take a look at. But you look at it from the website design, okay? Not the design of the layout, but the design of how he used JavaScript to control his page and how bad it is. Okay, so you can tell him that he is doing bad. He already know. I told him that yeah, he's doing some bad things. Okay, so there's a system that he implement for me, and look at how he implement the sites. Let's say I click on user. Okay, then we change something. Now focus at the at the location bar. When I change it, so nothing's got update in the location bar, right? Nothing update. And take a look here when I select a particular chapter. Okay, so the hyperlink not update as well, but using JavaScript, the internal structure change. Now, what happened if I press below? What happened? It just go back to the initial status. The JavaScript status, all the changes, is not being documented or not associated with any link changes. So the history API is bring about this kind of update. Okay? So where can you find the application of history API? Facebook. Facebook used a lot. Let's take a look. Okay? So this is Facebook. Facebook is interesting. When you open the console, you will see something like this. Stop. Okay? They implement it by themselves. Okay? Stop. Don't do anything. Okay? I don't care. Yeah. All right. So it is Facebook. Now, how can I prove that they're doing some history API stuff? First of all, history API stuff is highly related to JavaScript. Usually, they will hijack the URL part. When URL change, actually the page doesn't load. Okay. So let me first give you the first idea of how can I prove that something is changed inside the page, okay? So when I load one page from one to another, so the JavaScript engine remember something originally will all be gone and loading and other stuff, right? Let's say I use my home page as a server as an example. So my home page is here. So I open this. Yeah, sorry, I should use the side by side. Okay, the side by side. Okay, so I set a variable called haha. Okay, so it doesn't exist, right? Of course. So wah haha equal to hi hi. Okay, so then haha is hi, okay? So we have this variable. Now I change to another page, but still inside the same domain. Let's say I go to the home. Okay? So, haha is gone. Okay? Although it's in the same domain, but it's gone. So it means that when you jump from one page to another, the JavaScript internal thing will all be updated. And usually people use history API to give you something interesting. So what is that? Let's take a look at Facebook. Okay. First of all, I make sure that there is no haha here. Okay. Haha. No haha. Good. Okay. So I set a variable called haha. Again, equal to hi. Okay. So haha is hi. Okay. Now, how can I show you that it's actually updating something in the hyperlink part, but actually the JavaScript do all the hijack using the HTML5 capability? I click on our 4140 site, okay? So you see, when I click the URL update and the new content comes in, right? Haha is still here. Okay? Haha is still there. It's different from what I showed you previously. What I showed you previously is I am under the same domain. Under my course homepage, I am in one page. I set a variable inside the JavaScript environment or the browser environment. I jump to another page so that the entire runtime of the JavaScript is destroyed. The good about the history API is you can hijack this URL part so that the URL updates won't bring about page load. And then you use JavaScript control to load everything again. Okay? So this is history API, okay? Well, we won't talk about it, but we just mentioned that there exists something like this, okay? And that's why JavaScript can do something really crazy. How crazy it is. On Facebook is doing something really good in terms of JavaScript. I don't know whether it's still valid or not. Let me try. Okay, so I'm in two different places. Okay, first I open a chat. Who is in here? Oh, Stanley is here. Okay. Yeah, Stanley is here. Okay, so you can see the two tabs. I just opened one tab with Stanley, okay, but another tab is open. They use some other means to control, okay. So let's see whether it works or not. What do you want? Hi. Okay. Okay, so you see the two stuff update together. Okay, the still update together. Okay, and when I open up another method to view the message. Okay, another way to look at the image message. Okay, so there's from different link. They can still talk to each other. Okay, so that the read notification is gone. So here is like this, and I do a little bit reverse engineering. They are not doing that using networking. They don't have one tab sending some signal to Facebook server, and say Facebook server send back to this tab and say that, yeah, you shut up, don't show the notification icon. They do internal communication over the two tabs. Okay, so that's why you can see all the control so synchronously arranged. Let's say our guest lecturer always say something interesting. Okay, when I open it here it also open. They talk to each other internally through the tabs. So I do a little bit of reverse engineering. Understand this? Okay, so this is about something that you have to in your mind that whenever a page is loaded, there is a JavaScript runtime, and now the runtime can support many things like I update the location, but don't allow the page to load, so and so forth, so that I can keep a set of JavaScript runtime that already load and work until I close the browser tab or I leave that domain. Okay? So yeah, that is something that I can skip. Okay? So inside there's a big tree called a DOM tree. So the DOM tree, you can take a look here. I will jump ahead to look at the tree first. Okay, I will go back to talk about one simple fact. Okay, so the tree is like something like this. Okay, first of all, the DOM tree is very important. I know that maybe some of you don't even care about this because there's already some very handy QA languages like the dollar something, okay, the JQE version or a document, okay, document.get something, blah, 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 okay. So this all the methods that you've heard about is actually have a tree walk over this structure. You walk under this tree and find out all the stuff for you, okay. So what I'm going to talk about, there are something that I have skipped. Okay, so first of all, the things that I skip is about some dimension stuff. In our coming assignment, we don't care about the dimensions, but in case that you want to understand dimension, this is dimension. Okay, some other things that I have skipped is about the events. I will talk about later. Okay. Something is about the pop-up, the open, the close, the alert you see a lot, right? The confirmation box, the prompt for a sentence, okay? And by the way, I want to ask you one question. Okay? Do you know how the pop-up blocker work? Do you know? Sometimes you access a page and then it pop up and you cannot stop, right? Sometimes it stops, okay? So let me use the worst example of all. Do you know that this guy loves to pop up? Yeah. I mean, this site is totally out of band. It's not out of date. Out of band. It's so substandard. Okay, so let me demonstrate to you. Okay, let's say that I click on a clause that you don't know what it is. Okay, maybe ENGG 110. Okay, so you don't know the people there. Okay, yeah, processing of course is JavaScript. Okay. Then there is a little icon here. Okay, I don't know who invented this. It means download the name list. Yeah, interesting. Huh? Now when I click the download, processing, and you cannot see the downloads happening. Okay, yeah, you see this. Who invented this is a genius. Okay. Yeah, I'm being asked by many people, hey, where can I download the things? I can, no problem. There actually is in the pop-up window. Okay. Now, do you know what is the meaning or how to control whether I will be blocked by the pop-up blocker or not? Let me show you some examples. Okay. Yeah, our QSys is very interesting. I can demonstrate many stuff inside there because it's very easy to hack. Hack means modify. Okay. Okay, so the pop-up blocker, where are you? Pop-up. Where are you? Pop. No, sorry, I opened the wrong place. Here. Pop-up. Okay, so you see there is a event get blocked. Okay, but when you click on something, it works. Yeah. I've sent something now. Okay, what is the control? It seems the control related to your action. When you click on it, it pop up, and when you reload it, something get blocked. Yeah, why? See, I'm a naughty guy. I want to pop so many things. Okay. Yeah, do you know what is control? The control is very straightforward. Okay? Where's my laser? Only when you are not explicitly asked for something, let's say you didn't click on something, or you didn't click on something so that you call the JavaScript function to pop up the window. Okay? Other than that, it's all blocked. If you click on something that will, let's say, click on something and drive this function, then it will pop up for you because you asked for it. Okay? So the one who introduces is an idiot, really an idiot. Okay? So click on this button will drive a JavaScript function, and that JavaScript function is, I think, is a call to the server to get all the data, and after the data is ready, use JavaScript to launch another open pop-up for you, but that is get blocked because you are not the click that drives the download. Okay? So, well, this is the problem. So whenever you want to pollute somebody pages, remember that it's all driven by download. So that I think you guys should have experience. Okay? Especially some China sites. When you go to a site, it looks like perfect. Okay, perfectly fine. But actually there is a transparent div component that's on top of everything. Yeah. When you click on it, yeah. And it's not keep checking, it's just when you click on it, you will immediately have a pop-up. Because it's just like, yeah, it's not just China side, I know, okay? Not transparent, or some are transparent, I guarantee, okay? Because it's very easy to implement, okay? Or not just transparent, just some moving. I don't know why people love to have moving div, so that when you want to escape quickly, you can escape. Okay? So you click on it and then you open a new window. It's because of this control, okay? It's because of the control that you cannot block. Okay, so the DOM scripting. The DOM scripting, I will go through it using some example. So this is the tree, and actually the tree is every node is an object. So the object is so-called, where's my laser? It's called an instance of, I don't know what happened. Before I leave office last night, I charged it up, but now it's all gone. Yeah. Okay. So it's an instance of something called node. Okay. So you can try, Yeah. Let's say the document instance of node. It says true. Okay. So there is a class. Okay. Yeah. Class is it's not a correct word. Okay. But a class. Okay. A class called node. Okay. It is all the component that is inside this tree is actually that node is a superclass. Okay? So you are interested, what is the meaning of superclass? You never heard of there's what is that? Inheritance or something like a polymorphism thing happen inside JavaScript. Actually, it is implementable. Okay? And later today, I hope that I can have time to cover those parts, how to implement objects, how to implement a private variable so that it look like an object using closure. Okay? And under the node, let's say this is the node, the body. Under the node is an array called child nodes. There's an array. Then the array, is a variable length, so that when you have so many child, so you can loop through them. That's why we can write a recursion. Okay, let's say the recursion function is called do show tree. Okay, do the job is to show tree. Okay, and whenever you find a node, okay, you make it into a string and follow the child nodes. Okay, and do the recursion. Continue to do it again and again. When you reach a leaf node, the leaf node will have no children, so the node object dot child dot length will be 0, then you will stop the recursion. Okay, so let's take a look at my example. Okay, so my example is where is it? The frames? Nope. Here. I delete it. Where is it? DOM3.html? Nope. Oh, sorry, I changed the hyperlink. Okay, what happened? Okay, so DOM3 hyperlink is here. Okay, so yeah, you want to view the DOM3, so we will exactly view this link, and it will produce something like this. Okay, why I cannot make it bigger? Zoom. Okay, cannot zoom. Okay, I use this method. So you can see every object I go in, and then I print it out. Now, how can I go in and print it out? It's very simple. Okay, just go through this program. Okay, so I use I use some recursion control. I don't know for how many layer I have to go in, so I control it, and then basically I do the recursion. This why there are so many codes. I just make the nice format of the printout. The core stuff is here. Okay, so I keep digging, and print all the things out using the recursion. Okay. All right. So every element is just like something like this. Okay, and their superclass is called node. All right. So I can move faster because it's just for you to remember the things. Okay, and the DOM scripting is about you write script to control the DOM tree. Okay, so the DOM tree control can be something really interesting, like okay, here the body I want to append a child. Okay, let's say something like this. Where is my browser? Oh, here. Okay, I want to append something here. Let's say I append a paragraph. So the live display will show something like this, and my control is having a function, and the function will use the DOM object called document. The document can help me to create an element, which is a paragraph, and then we can add something. How to edit? I use the append child to the body. Now I already using some query statement. Let's say the document not get element by tag name. Okay, to look up the body tag, and this will return me an array, so that I can access the first element of the array and append it there. Of course, when you know how to play with this, you can use the same trick to play something in Facebook. Okay, so let's say some simple stuff first. Okay, so this is the thing. Inside Facebook, you can see using the get element by tag names. Previously, I used it. Elements by tag name. Okay, so you can see, let's say the image. Okay, so let's see how many images are there inside Facebook page. What? How many? We don't know. Okay, so it's just keeping returning a bunch of things. Why showing me? Okay, wait. Okay, some light bulb. Okay, so many things. Okay, so when you want to know how many, 71 images. Okay, so with this, actually you can do some changes to Facebook page. Okay, so it's gonna be very interesting. First, you know that the return value is an array, so I store it in an array. Okay, so save it. So this is an array of, this time it's 86 because it's just refresh. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I will do the following. While I equal to 0, I smaller than length. array dot length, okay, and I plus 1. All right, or I plus plus, it's up to you. Hey, what happened? So, what I'm going to do, I want to have the array I dot source equal to something. Maybe, whose photo do you want? Yeah, any interesting photo here? Don't use my face. Any interesting photo? Our vice chancellor. He look nicer. Okay. So this is the hyperlink to his image. Okay. So what I'm going to do? Okay. The source equal to our vice chancellor. Okay. Then you can look up the every images, and it become our vice chancellor. Yeah, every stuff is our vice chancellor. Yeah, it's well, it's something interesting, right? And it's a good way to learn about DOM scripting. Okay. So and then you can show this page to your friend. Hey, what happened to Facebook? Yeah, Facebook or something. Yeah. Oh, what? Yes, become something like that. Yeah. Yeah, you can do this kind of thing. Okay. Or you can change it to even something interesting. Okay. Let's say you can use a regular expression. Okay. Whenever you find a word Facebook, change it into Google. Okay. Then you can find out why the entire Facebook become Google page. Okay. Yeah. It's something. Yeah, I don't know that they will do auto scaling. I just think that they will become large images. Interesting. Oh, it's just load something new. I love this. Yeah. Now my profile pic also. Wow, interesting. When it have a mouse over its update. Okay. So this is something about the DOM scripting, and of course the DOM scripting you can control when to add the component, so that when you are using JS now, you don't need to do a document.write. Okay, we will use this kind of construction to construct a text and append that text to the end of the body. Okay, and also I use a timeout. Okay, so that when a page is loaded, now later on I will talk about these keywords. Okay. When the page is loaded, I can set a timeout for 1,000. Here means 1 second later, I will add this to the page. Okay. So some more stuff like you can change something like append child, or you find a particular element and you know that element exists. You use inner HTML to update it. Okay. Just like here. Okay. I don't know what will happen. I didn't try. Okay, because I seldom hack the Facebook here. Okay. So I want to change this name. Okay. I don't know who the guy is. Okay, or the girl is. I want to change this field into, every time I find this field, I change it into my name. Okay. Change it into my name. So let's do a bit reverse engineering. Hey, sorry, the page is not big enough. Okay, again, some reverse engineering. Okay, so I know that this thing is A. Okay, this thing is A. So whenever, let's say, whenever I find A, okay, I want to change the text inside A become mode wall. Then what can I do? Yeah, very stupid, So first, I find out all the A in Facebook page. Okay, so how many A's are there? Dot length. Wow, 300 something. Okay. Then I don't know what will happen. Array. So when you have an A, between the A tag, there is something inside. That thing inside is called inner HTML. Okay, so the text inside is called inner HTML. I put this inner HTML become more Wong. Okay, or yeah, maybe Matthew Wong better. Okay, I don't know what will happen. Let's go. Oh yeah. Okay, let's go. Yeah, Matthew Wong comment on this. Matthew Wong here. Matthew Wong. And Matthew Wong. Yeah. Yeah, we can do some selective things like look up the class name, whether it fits our purpose. Okay. Yeah, but well, Matthew Wong said something, and also all the Matthew Wong there. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so better reload the page. Very horrible. Okay, so this is about HTML stuff. Okay, you can query an object, and the objects inside you can use something like this control, something like this, the tab, and the tab. Okay, so in between it is called inner HTML. So what I just did is replace all the interior things. Okay, so of course you can control by create an element and set the inner HTML just like what I did to the P. In this example, the P is a paragraph. Then I can set all the stuff inside a paragraph. Okay, so there are more controls, not just appending something at the end of the page, but you can replace some component, insert something before another stuff, or even remove a particular chart. Okay? And well, the DOM conformance. The DOM conformance is always a headache. That's why we hate Microsoft so much. That, well, let's say in Microsoft don't have IE don't have Windows app event listener. So why is that? Because it's its own version. I can't remember the name. It's called what? IE is called. What's that? What? The Windows app event listener in Windows. What is the name? Something similar, but I can't remember. Yeah, don't care about it. So no one cares. Yeah. Now their Windows 10 using Edge must be better. Okay. So even IE9 promised something. They promised to conform with all the standard. It is not okay. So that's why when I run this program in an IE9, you will fail. Okay. So well, for others, is also the most bring dimension part is about the dimension. The dimension inside the JavaScript engine of IE also sucks. Okay. Yeah. If you want to see the compatibility, you can visit this site. This site is a kind of a standard. Let's say the DOM test. The DOM test is not good. Maybe a DOM events. Okay, so you can see some of the events implementations like IE10 incomplete. Click almost. How come? Yeah, IE up to 8 is almost done for the click events. Okay, so for others like HTML5 test, IE also fails a lot. Okay, IE9. Video. Only a fair few. The Chrome also up to 9, so it's not very up to date. Chrome 9. Okay. So yeah. Then we will come to the best part of locating. Yeah, you can see the way that I locate a particular object, right? You can locate an object through different means. You can through the tag name. You can through is something called name, which is very rarely used. Usually you will use in a HTML form. Here is ID. ID is very important. You set a unique ID for every important objects. Then you get access to that particular object using the ID. So there are at least this kind of QE languages. One is a document get element by ID. You put the ID there, then you can return it. The object, if the object doesn't exist or you spell the ID wrong, you will receive null. the tag name. Okay, so if you want to QE the image like what I did, okay, so you will receive an array. It depends on the length. Okay, if the array length is 0, that means there's no such tag. Okay. So for the name, it's quite rarely used, so it's not helpful at all. Okay. So the highlight part is also very important that we have a new support in HTML5 is a QE selector. So what is a QE selector? It's the language that used in jQuery. Okay. So we can try. So it's again, is it Facebook? Let me have a side-by-side view. Yeah, it's Facebook. Okay. So let's play with Facebook again. So if you, why is it not detached? Detach. So when you have heard of jQuery, then you will know what I'm doing. Let's say QE selector. Okay. Let's say I use this symbol. I don't know. I just make a random guess. IMG. Okay. So that means that I want to look up an item with an ID called IMG. Okay. I guess it doesn't exist. Right. Okay. So how about something under some class? Let's say. Again, I want to play around with some guys. Okay, maybe this time it's Stanley. Yeah, you are sitting in the front row. Sorry. Okay. So let's say I want to change something in Stanley post. Let's say change this slide into this slide. Okay, change the name of slide to this slide. Okay. So I do some reverse engineering first. Look at the like button. Okay, so the like button is of the tag name A and the class. Well, there are two classes. Let's choose one. UF like link. Okay, something like this. Okay. I can't remember the exact QE language. Okay, if I type it wrong, you tell me. Okay, my focus is A dot. Is it dot? I can't remember. Like UFI like length, right? Okay, so we find why so few? Only one? What? Only one? Why? Dot length undefined. Okay. Var a equal to a dot length. Huh? What? It's not returning an array. What happened? Select all. Sorry, I missed the all. Okay, it just give me the first item. Forget about the A. Okay, all right. So A dot length 2 A 1 2 really. Okay, I don't care. Okay, I don't care. So inside there, it contains something like this. I change the inner HTML now. Okay, so the A is like this. Then for var I equals 0, I is smaller than A dot length, I plus plus, and the AI dot inner HTML equal to dislike. Okay. Go. Let me check. Then there, yeah. And then because it didn't load it. Okay. So yes, let me load all the thread from Stanley. Okay. Okay, good. Again. No, not this Windows. This window. Okay. Yeah. First look up, then dislike. Good. Yeah. Or become dislike. Okay. Of course, this kind of thing doesn't scalable or doesn't applicable. Why? Because whenever you do this, first of all, you have to control the browser. You have to control the browser. Then you have to open the inspect element tag, okay, and do all the reverse engineering. Once Facebook changed something, you cannotบอก. Oh, this also changes the slide. Very forward. Okay. So it's not handy, okay? So later on, I will tell you how to write Chrome extension to do it. Okay? So once you install the Chrome extension and you visit standing page and all typing of the slide, okay? Or automatically display everything, okay? Yeah. But the dislike button doesn't exist, okay? Maybe we cheat people to change all the dislike. So they, yeah, dislike happening, okay? All right.